So we asked all these people questions, like people like business professional, grown-up, parents, students, like the whole range. Just general, what are your frustration in your daily lives, right? I was asking, and Alve at the time that later became a co-founder, he was just noting all the notes, right? And it was really funny afterwards because we were collecting all the notes and like, is there anything familiar about these people? And we didn't ask them anything related to food. We just asked them, what are your frustrations in your daily lives? Anything. And you know what they all said? Or at least almost them. They said, oh, it's a struggle to eat healthy in a daily life, in a busy life, right? I'm like, yeah, that's my problem too. And we all shared the same thing. Okay, here we have the problem. This is a problem we need to solve. But then again, is this only for individuals? Or is this for society? Or is this random that all these individuals said the same thing? So we started looking at research. And then we found this report. It was kind of new. It was like from autumn 2020. And there we saw it was about 70% of Norwegian adults are obese today, and 1/4 of every children. That's a lot. And it's no good. It's not good for your physical health. It's not good for your mental health. And in addition, it costs the Norwegian state a lot of money. We use about, I saw the numbers, like 68 billion NOK yearly on diseases like diabetes. And it could be avoided. And it says in the report, the problem is lack of healthier options available. I was like, okay, so I have the problem. The researchers are giving me the solution. Where's the wrapping, right? But then again, I had no money. I spent all my money on traveling the world. So I was like, okay, what now? What do? We need to test this. Like, as you call it in entrepreneur language, like the MVPs or so what. So I think we have like 3,000-4,000 that we got from a startup school. So we could do like a super small MVP, like the dot is, we get some, how many people clicked on this if we said, oh, healthy meal on the go. So we saw, okay, we got a pretty good conversion rate there, about 30% in a few days. So we started applying for Innovation Norway grants. I think the first one is about 50 to 100K. We were lucky, we got that. But then again, today, how much can you do for, they give you first 50 and then they give you another 50. So I have about like, okay, we had about 50,000 to make a company, okay? And you have to make a menu, you have to have a shop, you have to do marketing, you have to have people, branding, everything, right? Okay, where do we start? Like, you have no clue and you almost have no budget. So I was thinking, maybe we can use work power of other countries. I heard about these sites like Fiverr and everything they taught us at the startup school. So I contacted this Indian guy. So he helped me make a logo and getting the brand up. I think I spent like 500 kroner to make Healthy's logo. And that's still there today. So it was that was a good catch, right? And then we were starting thinking, okay, we need to get the best menu. So I was thinking, I need a world-class chef. And I want this guy. So I was thinking, okay, he has no idea what we're doing. We're no company yet. But I called him. He didn't reply, obviously. I emailed him. He still didn't reply. And I did that for a while. But I'm kind of persistent. I'm like, no, I need a world-class chef to make this menu. Because if people are going to change their behaviors, eating healthy, the food needs to taste very good, like delicious.
But did you guys wonder about that people might say that it's a problem to eat healthy, but actually they don't want to? Like people might say it as an excuse to go to McDonald's or something like that. Is that
definitely?
Was that something a lot on your mind?
Definitely, and because we're easy people, right? So we actually did a research on that too. We looked at what are the attributes like that makes people buy certain things, and it thought to be it was taste, and it was availability, and it was price. So that we knew, okay, if people are going to buy this, it needs to taste really good because that's what's important to people. it needs to be available, and it needs to be affordable, right? So we knew that, right off the bat that needs to be in place. So definitely that's a really important thing, and understand that healthy doesn't need to, you don't need to lose the delicious part in it, right? Because it's kind of you think that if something's going to taste really good, it's almost always unhealthy, right? But it doesn't need to be that way. So I think that's kind of a lesson we learned during the way. But I think that's why we needed the world-class chef to show, okay, at least he should be able to make something like that.
Exactly. I think it's a good point. I think for many of us, including me, maybe it's like if you think of very healthy food, then often people think it's not as tasty.
No.
I think it's some cognitive association which people often have. It doesn't have to be true, but I think many of us associate that. But yeah, so you try to solve that, and that's where the chef comes into play. Yeah.
And after a while, I texted him at last, right? Okay, I'm gonna. And then he actually replied, "Okay, you can send me an email."
Yeah.
I did so, and actually he was convinced. Yeah. So it ended up. Long story short, he made the menu. It was incredible. Food tasting great. But then my budget was almost gone because he's expensive, right? But I knew at least we have a great product. People would love this if they just try it. But we need money to take up the shop. So we had a few thousand left. So I was thinking, okay, I can afford putting up a shop. But what if we rent a shipping container? So we did. It was a blue shipping container. And we took around all these posters with green, with the logo the Indian guy made me. And remember, we actually, Alve, my co-founder, he was making the bamboo stand. We got a music speaker from home. I got some plants at the IKEA, and voila, we had a shop. And yeah, and we opened and see, is this something people are willing to buy? Or is it just a problem people don't want to get solved, right? Yeah. Or maybe they say they have it, but they're not willing to pay for it, as you said, right? Yeah. Opened up a shop, didn't have any money for marketing almost. I think I used a few hundred kroner on Facebook, and I was like, is it going to come anybody at all? And at first people thought we were a DJ booth. So it was like, no, we're selling salad bowls. And yeah, in those 10 days out of that shipping container, I think I sold bowls for about 40,000. And I had like no brand, no nothing. So I was like, okay, this is something people are willing to pay for. And people are starting to come back. And I asked some of the customers, like, it's so nice of you coming back. Can I please ask you why? Are you eating really healthy on a regular basis? And the person said, actually, I don't, but this tastes good and it makes me feel good and I'm saving time. Yeah. So that's why I'm coming back to you. And I was brilliant.
We got that insight from,
the customer. And I was like, that's the thing, right? Yeah. And then we knew, okay, we found a problem and we found a solution and we knew people were willing to pay for it. Okay, now we need to work more on the wrapping because we can't use shipping containers all over town, right? So, and I guess that's where the Healthy Eat journey started.